My name is Daniel Carter. I am 35 years old, living in Los Angeles, and for as long as I can remember, cars have been my obsession. Not just a hobby, not just a collection. Cars have been my dream, my escape, and the very reason I worked day and night to build the fortune I have today. By the age of 30, I had already turned my small auto workshop into a successful business empire. I invested in real estate, startups, and technology companies. And with every big win, I rewarded myself with something I loved the most: cars. Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Porsches, Aston Martins, and even a few rare classics that most people would only ever see in magazines. My garage wasn't just a garage, it was a sanctuary worth nearly $2 million. Every morning, I would walk inside that garage, the scent of leather and gasoline filling the air, the shine of polished metal reflecting the lights, and I'd remind myself of how far I had come. But I never imagined that one day, the very thing I loved the most, the thing I built with my own blood and sweat, would become the weapon used against me. It all started on an ordinary Sunday evening. My wife Rebecca had been acting strange for a few days, distant, quiet, almost too quiet. At first I thought maybe she was upset about something I did, but then I found out the real reason. That evening, as we sat down for dinner, she cleared her throat and said in a soft, almost rehearsed voice, "Daniel, there's something we need to talk about." I put my fork down and looked at her. "What's wrong?" Her eyes shifted. She hesitated, then finally said, "It's about my sister Claire. You know she's going through a divorce." I nodded. I knew Claire. She had been married for barely 3 years, and now she was separating from her husband. Honestly, I wasn't surprised. Claire was reckless, careless with money, and had a habit of blaming others for her problems. Rebecca continued, "She's in a really tough spot, Daniel. Her husband's lawyer is demanding a huge settlement. She's scared she'll lose everything." I sighed. "I'm sorry for her, but what does that have to do with us?" That's when Rebecca dropped the bombshell. "She needs money, a lot of it, and I told her you could help." I froze. "Help? How much money are we talking about?" Rebecca swallowed hard. "About $1.2 million. I laughed in disbelief. $1.2 million? Are you out of your mind? Why would I give her that kind of money?" Rebecca leaned closer, her voice turning sharp. "She's my sister, Daniel. She has no one else to turn to. If she doesn't get the money, she'll lose her house, her business, everything. You have a car collection worth $2 million. Just sell some of them. You don't need all those cars." Her words cut me like a knife. Those cars weren't just cars. They were my life's work, my identity, my dream. "Rebecca," I said firmly, "I built that collection with my own hands, my own effort. I am not selling them for your sister's mistakes. This is not my responsibility." But Rebecca didn't back down. Her eyes burned with anger. "You're being selfish. You care more about your stupid cars than my family. If you really loved me, you would do this for me, for us." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. This wasn't a request, it was a demand. She had already promised her sister that I would sell my cars to pay off her divorce settlement. The next few days were hell. Rebecca wouldn't talk to me properly. Every conversation turned into an argument. She would slam doors, cry loudly at night, and accuse me of not being supportive. Her sister, Claire, even had the audacity to call me herself. She said, "Daniel, you're rich. This money is nothing for you. Be a man and step up for your wife's family." I almost exploded. How dare she talk to me like that? I worked for every single dollar I earned. Nobody ever handed me anything. And now I was expected to throw away my dreams for someone else's mistakes? The pressure kept building. Days turned into weeks. Rebecca's anger turned into cold silence. Our marriage felt like it was falling apart right in front of me. Then came the final straw. One evening I returned home from work only to find Rebecca standing in the garage staring at my cars. Her eyes were red like she had been crying for hours. "Daniel," she whispered, "I can't believe you won't do this for me. Claire is family. If you don't sell these cars and help her, then maybe I married the wrong man." That sentence broke me, not because of what she said, but because in that moment I realized the truth. She didn't love me for who I was. She loved the idea of what I could give her. She didn't see the years of sacrifice, the sweat, the struggle. All she saw was money. That night I made my decision. The next morning I called my lawyer. I told him to prepare divorce papers. When Rebecca came down for breakfast, I slid the papers across the table. Her face went pale. "What? What is this?" I looked straight into her eyes. "This is me choosing myself. This is me protecting the dream I built. If you think my love is measured in cars and money, then you never really loved me." Rebecca broke down crying, begging me to reconsider. But my mind was made up. I didn't sell my cars. I didn't pay her sister's divorce settlement. Instead, I walked away from a marriage that was built on conditions, demands, and manipulation. Today, I still have my car collection. I still walk into that garage every morning and breathe in the smell of leather and gasoline. But now it means something more. It means freedom. It means self-respect. It means that sometimes the hardest choice is the right one. And as for Rebecca and Claire, well, let's just say they learned the hard way that money can't buy loyalty and manipulation can't break a man who knows his worth.